Hello everyone, Hare Krishna. This is Aishwarya. Welcome back to my channel Basics by AJ. If you're new to this channel, then do subscribe it and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. And if you really like this channel, then do share it with your family and friends. So without any delay, let's begin today's video. So today I'm going to present you one of my favorite Indian dish. It comes from Mughlai cuisine and it is one of the most happening dish in all the Indian restaurants. Yes, I'm talking about Shahi Paneer. Let's see how to prepare it restaurant style without onion and garlic. To begin with, here I have taken a heavy bottom kadhai into which I have added 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. Once the oil is heated, I am adding green cardamom and black cardamom. Along with that, I am adding half a tablespoon of cumin seeds and a very small piece of cinnamon. The authentic Shahi Paneer should not be spicy. It should be sweet and creamy in texture. So we'll not add any kind of spices here. Just these wholesome spices will do the job and give it a nice flavor. So now I'm adding some roughly chopped tomatoes. These are around 7 to 8 big tomatoes. And we'll let this tomato cook for around 5 minutes. So this Shahi Paneer is one of the very famous dishes in North India, as in wedding seasons or in Mughlai restaurants you'll find a lot of people ordering it along with butter naan or pulao or even with tandoori roti. So it goes really well with that. So guys, here I am adding around 1 cup of cashew nut or kaju. Adding 1 tablespoon of ginger paste. This is ready-made ginger paste. And now I'll be adding 1 tablespoon of or salt as per taste. So we'll let it cook, we'll give it a good stir and let it cook on the medium flame for around 10 minutes. We'll close the lid. And after 10 minutes, you can see the tomato is done. Most of us don't like to have a complete sweet sabzi with roti. So to balance the taste, I'm going to add Kashmiri Lal Mirch, which is not very spicy, but it will give a nice red color and also balance the taste of this dish. So around 1 tablespoon or as per your taste, you can add Kashmiri Lal Mirch, and we'll give it a good stir and let it cook for some more times, around 5 minutes. We'll close the lid and let it cook. So after 5 minutes, I can see the tomatoes are completely done. Now we'll take off this sabzi from the stove and we'll let it cool for some time. And once it's cold enough, then I'll grind it into a mixer grinder and we'll get this kind of paste. Keep it aside for some time. And now take the same kadhai or a different pan and into which you can add around 3 to 4 tablespoons of refined oil. And once the oil is heated, we'll add the paneer cubes. We'll fry these paneer cubes until they get slightly golden brown in color. And if you don't like to have fried paneer, so you can skip this step as well. You can directly add the paneer later. So once the paneer are golden brown in color, we'll take it out and keep it aside. So now in the same pan, same oil, I'm going to add some flavor to it, which is Kitchen King masala. Many of the brands are available in market. You can take as per your choice. And to cook these masalas, I will keep adding some water and let it roast for some time. I've also added some green chilies. If you want, you can skip this. So see, I'm adding 1 or 2 tablespoons of water and let it roast until we get oil on top of it. So this process I will repeat for around 5 to 6 times. The more you roast this masala, the more tastier it gets. So once the masala is roasted, I am adding the tomato paste, the curry that I've prepared, the cashew nut and tomato paste that we prepared. So we'll give it a good stir so that the masala, Kitchen King masala and the paste get mixed up nicely. It will not take much time to cook this because the tomatoes were already boiled, the cashew nut was already cooked in the previous step. So after 5 minutes we'll add some kasuri methi, and this is half a tablespoon of jaggery or gur. So if you don't have gur at home, you can add sugar. So now I'm going to add around 1 cup of fresh cream. This is ready-made cream which we get in market, and in case you don't have cream at home, so you can take 1 cup of malai, give it a good whisk, make it a smooth paste and add it. And now we'll add the paneer cubes that we fried, and we'll let it cook for around 10 minutes while giving it a good mix so that it does not stick at the bottom. And also you need to stir it with light hands so that the paneer cubes do not break. So guys, our shahi paneer is ready. Let's do the plating. So here I have taken a ceramic bowl into which I am adding this delicious sabzi, and if you want you can decorate it or give it a nice presentation with the cream or the malai that you have prepared. So our shahi paneer is ready. I'm adding a tulsi leaf on it and I will offer it to Lord Shri Krishna. And once it's offered to Lord Shri Krishna, it becomes a transcendental food and prasadam. Enjoy it with the roti, chapati, parathas, or the pulao or fried rice. I hope you like this recipe. Please try it at your home and do let me know in the comment box that how was it. This is Aishwarya signing off. Hare Krishna.